Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Some great news. The trailer for the Chaos Wastes has dropped and we now officially know the launch day, the 20th of April. And also, it is apparently free. A little weird considering it is supposed to be a big update, but I can tell you, if I like it, I will definitely buy some cosmetics to get some cash flowing towards Fatshark. Win-win. Now, to the condensing part. I wanted to quickly talk about the trailer as well as the online information Fatshark has provided us with in the form of blog posts. I would still recommend to go watch the trailer, the link is in the description, as well as read those blog posts if you want more information. But overall, I will try my best to dissect the most important mechanical information into a quick listen. Alrighty, so what do we see? We see new cosmetics, that's for sure. Sienna looks like the Pope of Akshi. I actually dig that style. And Barden seems to get something new as well, though I had difficulty discerning what that helmet was. We also see a new weapon for him called the Troll Hammer, which is basically a gun that shoots an exploding torpedo. From interviews we also know that Victor gets a duckfoot gun. If you don't know what that is, here's a little image on screen. And then we also see a lot of the environment and have to say it looks sexy. There seems to be a lot of inspiration coming from the weaves, but if there was one thing I couldn't complain about in the weaves, it was the environments. We see burning environments, Nurgle-infested environments, environments with a blue filter, you know, the thing. That is basically the trailer in short and boring. And now let's get to the blog posts. There are 6 of them, and again I would advise you to give them a read yourself, because they are a good informative read, but also just in case I might have gotten something wrong, or I omitted some important information on accident. Stuff like that can happen. Best to treat this video as a little gazetteer for the upcoming expansion. Now, the first blog post talks lore. A lot. But we also learn something interesting. Essentially, our characters are seeking blessings by their gods. And dear Victor was adamant to seek the blessings of Sigmar. However, everyone got their will in the end. Carillion is going to seek a blessing of Lilith, Kruber of Tal, Bardin of Volaya, and Sienna of Myrmidia, the god of sun and artful war. We learn that we need to overcome 3 expeditions, so the citadel itself will be revealed to us. As Saltspire says in the trailer, several pilgrimages are needed to uncover its location. And if we fail, we will have to start anew. In the second post, we learn that we will have to plan our expeditions into the Wastes. We will apparently use Marius Holzeer's map of the Chaos Wastes. Since the Wastes are ever-changing, the content on that map will probably change as well. Personally, I wonder how that will work. However, on each stage we enter on our expedition, we will have to vote our next path, the best way to proceed, and that each journey, according to the blog post, is unique. Visiting the same locations on different expeditions can still mean that these locations are differently ordered each time. And the locations themselves also change in regards to how we proceed through them. And even the challenges we face will change, essentially randomized, I would assume. The map itself will not just tell us the locations we will visit, but also what enemies we might encounter. At the end of the paragraph it is said that the path of the pilgrimage might fork and that we have to choose where next to go. At the end of a pilgrimage, we have to face an arena of the worthy to get one step closer to the citadel. This reminds me strongly of Slay the Spire, a roguelike where you have to climb a tower, and there are 3 levels, each level ending with a boss fight to face the heart of the spire. By the way, from another interview, though take that with a grain of salt, can't find it anymore, we learned that the Chaos Wastes will have a roguelike character to them. We learn in a bit what that is about. And also that arena kind of reminds me of that thing in the Weaves where you had to finish that level and then face off a kind of like a last level challenge, like a boss challenge, or it's a big horde and a boss, or there are 2 or 3 bosses, something along those ways maybe. In the third post, we learn of the cairngates. I am unsure of what mechanical impact they will have, but personally I assume that they are some sort of a checkpoint system, though I'm not entirely sure on that. Now the next part talks about the Pilgrims coins. In short, they are our currency that we have to collect to get boons from Waystone altars. And this is where the roguelike comes in. We don't get confirmation on how it works like exactly down to the T, but I assume we can get coins and save them up for later expeditions to buy the most powerful boons we can get our hands on. Overall, the post does confirm at least that we can use those coins to do the following. We can buy boons and gifts. I'm not sure how we save them and if it translates outside the lobby, meaning I stop my expedition, turn off the game, and the next day I can start again with my coins at a cairngate or at the start of the level and buy stuff. Guess we'll see in a week. Last but not least, we get information on the chest of trials. These seem to be treasure hoards we can acquire, but if we trigger them, a guardian, so to speak, will appear and we have to defeat them. New bosses maybe? Or some reinvented bosses? The Chaos Wastes, after all, are strange. Maybe we will face off against bosses we already knew and killed. But the gods decided to play a little longer with their toy and resurrect them. I'm pretty sure we will meet Nurgloth the Eternal again. That dude is obviously still around. He bound with a demon and somewhat seemed like he ascended after death. After all, he's the one closing the doors in front of us from the great beyond. The fourth post is dedicated to explain the shrines to us. So far there seem to be 3 different shrines that we have access to, and we can choose to get favor from a shrine depending on what suits the group's playstyle. Shrines of Strife for combat-related boons, Shrines of Harmony for fortitude and healing-related boons, as well as Shrines of Fortune for worldly possessions. And as the post says, a little mischief. I wonder what that means. When we reach a shrine, we get to choose what miracles and boons we want to buy with our Pilgrims coins. Every miracle can only be bought once and is either time-gated like a limited buff, or can be, to quote, used on the next stage of the journey. If that means only once, I don't know, I would just have to assume so, like a once per expedition trick, something, not sure. Boons, however, are in contrast to that. They are considered unique to each party member. They provide boosts or special abilities until the end of the expedition, no matter if failure or success. We are also warned to decide carefully, since any coins spent are lost. We also get 2 examples of miracles in the form of artifacts, but I'll leave that to you to find out, or leave yourself unspoiled until the DLC hits. There's also the 5th post, but the 5th post talks just lore, so I would say I'll leave that to you as well to look at it. There again is a link in the description to the blog post, so feel free to use that link. Now, last but not least, the 6th blog post. That one is called Potion Galore, and a potion galore it is indeed. In the Chaos Wastes, we will find 8 new potions that we can use. The potion of Poison Aegis makes you, or Aegis, I think it's Aegis. The potion of Poison Aegis makes you immune to all poisons. What that entails entirely, I'm not completely sure. Maybe there will be new enemy mechanics, but the Poison Wind Globadier can gladly go fuck itself. Next is the potion of Agility, increasing your agility. Yeah, sorry, there is not much else written down. I assume it will work similar to a speed potion, but yeah, there's not a lot. It says it increases your agility. And then we have the potion of Lifesteal. Every time we kill an enemy, we get some hit points back. And the potion of Life Share works similarly, but instead heals others around the imbiber. The potion of Stealth makes you invisible, and the potion of Endless Bombs gives you, well, unlimited explosives for a short amount of time. Yeah, honestly, I can't wait for that one. I fucking love bombs. The Potion of Wrath apparently works like a Potion of Strength. And last but not least, the Potion of Prophetic Strike. Not entirely sure what that one does. Either your next strike deals significant damage, is an automatic critical, or gets increased stagger, maybe even all three of those. It essentially just says that your next strike is a dolorous blow. That's all. Enough to land a single dolorous blow. That's what it says. Yeah, that's it there. But yeah, that is that, and those are the news related to the next expansion. If you haven't already, you can go watch the trailer and read the posts for yourself, and if you like this condensed informational video, you can leave it a like. It is greatly appreciated and helps with a terrible algorithm. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
Nice to see new places.
Oh yes. What could possibly go wrong?